You need to leave New Jersey to find the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Can you put your finger on how the mentality of people born and raised in New Jersey is different from the mentality of New Yorkers, real New Yorkers?
I think it depends. It depends on.
Struggle.
Yeah, it depends on where you're talking, of course. Because if you're talking about, the Lower East Side, it's going to be different from the South Bronx.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And I was born in the Bronx, and I don't have any sort of Manhattan hipster, whatever idealistic kind of world they live in. I don't really know. I don't have any of that kind of vibe. But I was raised in New Jersey. I was raised in a suburb of New Jersey, and I don't know. There's a different. If you're talking about somebody from Manhattan and somebody from New Brunswick, I guess you could.
Yeah, I mean that's where I'm from. So it's modest. It's more modest, and I think the biggest difference is probably opportunity in a way. You need to leave New Jersey to find the rest of your life in a lot of ways. And if you're from New York, you can just stay.
Yeah, nothing's gonna fall in your lap if you're
New Jersey's not always like the crazy impoverished, working class thing that people think. There's a lot of money in that place, there is. But at the same time, just geographically where you are and the things around you and where you sit, for some reason it instills this element that people want to get out, they do. Mm-hmm. And it's a pretty common theme with people from New Jersey, especially places like Central Jersey, like particularly like where me and Brian are from, Central Jersey and Jersey Shore, stuff like that. Like
that's the thing, there's different vibes all around New Jersey.
Yeah.
You go to different parts. And it's a very small place, but you go to different parts and it's completely different.
Is it also a place where people can get sort of stuck?
Oh yeah.
Believe me, I grew up in a town that's about 2 miles long, and I know people that have barely left that town.
Yeah.
That are 25, 26 years old and will never leave. They'll have their families there, go to the same bar, do the same thing until the day they die.
And it's just what happens. It's what you're talking about, being stuck. I think everybody wants to get out in a way. It's not even a willing thing, but sometimes you look up, you're 19 or 20, you're out of high school, you have a job, all of a sudden your girl's having a kid or something like that, you need to make money, and all of a sudden you're 40 years old and you're pretty much where you started as far as that goes.
Yeah, you never had the means.
It's a pretty common tale,
Is that perhaps also the reason why you keep traveling, keep being away, or is it a sort of escapism?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I couldn't wait to get out of there. Yeah. And that's the thing, you could always see the difference in people. I knew when I was a kid, my one friend will never leave because he never wanted to, take a trip somewhere, take a road trip for the weekend. And now I'm cool, man. I'll just stay here. I'll just stay in my house, watch TV all weekend. But you kind of see that when you're younger. Kids that are yearning to get out of their environment, this closed environment, because something bigger is out there.
Mm-hmm. Well, now you are in the process of a lot of changes, I believe, because you have the ability to record in better studios, I assume.
Yeah.
And you get to play better halls and a better tour van and stuff like that.
Of course, yeah.
But still, you consciously decided not to sign with a big label.
Yeah.
Was there a certain, perhaps, story of a fellow musician who got you to not sign with?
No. That's been an internal thing for a long time. I think we realized the upsides and downsides to doing that sort of thing. I mean, we did, and I think I did watch, I guess, some bands that I loved when I was a kid
fall hard.
Signed to a major label, and then, the most notable one always to me is the band Jawbreaker.
Yeah.
Who was, a hugely respected, underground punk band for the most part. And they put out a record that, was incredible on a major label, but it was something, the fact that they were attached to the major label and things like this, it was something they could never escape from and didn't recover from, even though they made great albums. Mm-hmm. So I think you partially learn from your mistakes, but also, we got to a certain point we didn't think we would get to without them, without any kind of major push and stuff like that. And the fact that we did that made us believe that we don't need it to stay successful. In our eyes, we're successful right now. You know, there's not somewhere larger we need to go to consider whatever we did validated, you know?
Yeah.
We've gotten here, like we're doing it. We played to 5,000 people in London the other day. Like, holy crap. Like we've done something without that is pretty special. And I think it's a nice feeling to know we did it without it. And I think we can continue probably to do it without it.